Hey, welcome to Bathroom or Cerealim. Today's episode precludes a trip to you-know-where, so anyway, TMI. So hey everybody, welcome back to the dollar store edition of the Cerealim Ultimate Playlist, a subsidiary of the Utterly Pointless channel. So, last couple of runs here haven't been as spectacular as running through with a sorcerer build. So I do have a couple holdouts from the team, but I don't have Zonte and I don't have the Sapphire Drake, which is basically my cheesy uninvited guest for practically every build I've got lately. So here we are in Tartareth's dungeon. Let me make sure that music is off because that's a bad thing that I always do. Gonna have that lacerate. And a productive belch. I don't think, I did buy the torture chamber music, so that's not too bad of a start. So let's see how things go. I got the team as tuned up as I can. This isn't too bad. The last couple of runs were really torturous. So, sorry, Tartareth. But anyway, things seem to be running a little bit better. They're my boys, the crazed lepers and so forth. Let's see. And I do need to take off something that gives our masochists resistance to that's all, folks. But no, I do need to. Oh no! Wow, that was. Oh wow, the weapon fired off Star Pact, so that was really bad because he had confusion, but still managed to pull it off. Anyway, the Cockatrice and Masochist Freak are the all-stars here, usually. Vulcanar is great. I don't even use that horrible heat wave spell. It just does not work as well as it should reasonably do. Might have to get some intelligent scrolls on him if I still can. But I've been also using Intimidate just to get things knocked around enough to cause a corpse explosion, this time from the Cockatrice. So there we go. And so I did make it up to Zenpang, a boss who had a tendency to deal more and more damage every time it attacked. So kind of after my school of thought, but yeah, it's been pretty problem-free. I mean, these last few fights, but it has just been really tough otherwise to just get things going. Maybe the fact that I was using another specialization besides this one and not actually getting any snared buffs in, or debuffs rather. So yeah, pretty nice combat progression here. I do have some bonuses to everybody's damage, so that comes in handy. But again, I do want to get rid of the Master of Masochists sigil, because that does make your creatures immune to debuffs, or resistant rather, and I want to hold on to them and cause lots of higgledy-piggledy. So and here I am probably talking through some of these environment sounds, so sorry about that. And I'm just destroying all these creatures out of force of habit, like I'm fighting a false god. I've been just blurring right through the last couple of levels with this sorcerer build, which is awesome. This one is pretty nice. Does have the Ice Mane Yeti from the sorcerer build from my videos a couple back. So just look up sorcerer build, you'll see it in there. Vulcanar is kind of a far cry from what Zonte can really do. I mean, gradually, yes, you can work up to some really filthy, sick attacks, but I mean, Zonte just is a really nasty flood of damage, even as soon as round 1 or 2. I mean, using Equilibrium and even at start of battle, I mean, if he starts firing off, then yeah, it's pretty terrible. So, looks like some carvers here, and 17 million points of damage just got dealt, I saw. So, looks like the team's coming together, I hope. This is Lord Treasure Pants or whoever. Just a little treasure NPC. And last time I did make it up to the portal, and I had barely even fought any monsters before I decided to just get in there and see what would happen. So I'm just going to get some minimal buffs here and see what I can do. So I've got 10% speed, which is great for dealing additional damage from the Arachnalisk Razorweb Arachnalisk's trait, Jagged Edges, which is tucked in the Ice Mane Yeti as a secondary build, secondary trait rather, or a fused trait. So looks like a lot of great damage here. Shouldn't be a real problem getting Zenpang destroyed. I did put confusion on him, and he attacked quite a few of his own creatures a couple of times, and I think he killed 2 of them, but I'm just gonna get this all dealt with and hopefully get back to doing things in RL. Not that I have an RL, but anyway, here goes Mr. Zenpang. I'll just give everything snared again. I did have entangling roots taken off as a common, or rather generous spell, and that was what kind of made our team hurt on on a different specialization. So there we go. Just about ready to. Ugh, he's so useless. And let me see if he's got confusion. He does. So this is going to be a bit of a gambit still. But it's kind of dangerous still, because I'm getting the number of times he's attacked up, and that is not cool at all. So I'll use Curse of the Swarm, and hopefully I can get rid of Zenpang fast. I do see that he is asleep, so I'm going to keep those debuffs coming with another Curse of the Swarm. I could sure use that Sapphire Drake right now. As you can see, our stuff is starting to increase as well in damage. Phew. Oh, there he is again. But he's asleep, so... Ooh. And I've got Star Packed again on the Macabre Masochist. I refuse to say Macabre, as my horrible former employer used to say. Just check out anchor.fm/network. That'll be the quickest way to get you to my podcast. But yeah, I'm a little rusty on my French, but that woman was absolutely terrible. She offered me $1 million to help launch 1,500 websites, and if anything, I want to be remembered as the guy who pulled the plug on that after she did something horrible to one of New Hampshire's most famous and well-established, if terminally ill, book collectors. So again, check out anchor.fm/network. That'll take you right to Spotify. So thanks very much to Spotify for keeping your old acquisitions URLs intact. And hopefully I can just get these guys all finished off here. So they might just need some more entangling roots at this point, but I don't know why I killed Paragons first. I shouldn't, so let's see. I'm just trying to find a way to get rid of them, so boy, this is weird. They're just getting tougher and tougher, it seems, the longer we fight, but that's not the case, especially when Snared gets on them. So, and I just saw that there for a second. Oops. Let's just use Intimidates. I've had these on as generous spells. Immune to stun. Boy, these guys are just pretty stubborn. There. All right. There's Star Packed, so woohoo. Oh, even got a card. Nice. Oh. Missed it. Oops. Come on, fat fingers. Oh, wow. 52% spell potency, 21% extra intelligence and health. Wow. Bomb on damage, leeching on damage, barrier on damage, and trait concoction, which is wow. After this creature gains a buff, your other creatures that don't have this trait gain a copy of that buff as well. So nice and powerful. Very good. I crushed up something I think that had divinity. Nope. There's got to be some ridiculous team that makes use of that. I really don't think it's going to be me, but we'll see. I think this is the entire level. It's a small one. So there you go. Back to business. And thank you. This has been the dollar store version of the Utterly Pointless Channels Serialim Ultimate Playlist. So there's a team that actually had it going right. Defiler with Razorweb, Arachnalisk fused inside Ice Mane Yeti, which is kind of not a necessary creature right now. But it is more attack based than the other build that I showed you with Zonte, and Vulcanar's still in there, trying to get his punches in. A couple of different artifacts this time, but I do have 1,000 Needles here with Macabre Masochist, and let's see. And I have some goofy random spells. It was Spellweaver, so I'm going to just change that to Curse the Swarm. Take out Angry Orchard, but leave Entangling Roots. So that's that. Again, I got Star Pact in there for additional yucks. When he casts spells, not attacks. Duh. Sometimes you end up being your own worst enemy in this game when you just overlook a small detail like what type of artifact you got. So I've got Redefined here for the Masochist Freak. Very nice. Creatures' traits and other effects that are influenced by the number of buffs they have also count their debuffs as well, and vice versa. So I have a few of those in there. I've got Vendetta. This creature attacks and casts an additional number of times equal to the number of debuffs and buffs it has. Lust for Punishment. Your creatures deal 40% more damage for each debuff and buff they have. Clawing Cockatrice just blends in the last three creatures here. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Yikes. It's all about detail, folks, I promise. So, oh, wow. You're going over here, and you're going over here. Oh, man. Well, the old sigil, I hope is not still on. Ugh. There it is. So, that's what I was talking about with all your creatures in your party being masochists. Oh. Mr. Kadyrov is Mr. Kaded very soon, it looks like. Anyway, I guess reports of his death are not quite so exaggerated. Anyway, yeah, I heard his physician got buried alive. So, yeah, the jury's kind of going to be out about being resistant to debuffs, because I need to use them, but I will be stepping in and using buffs. And if I had that Amaranth that had its cool little trait, Benefic, I think, but that gives you like a 7% chance for every spell that's already been cast to buff a creature of yours up. So let's see. So I got Hopelessness in there, 50% more damage from Snared, and then Binary Affliction. After this creature attacks, it gains a random buff and afflicts its target with a random debuff. So that goes towards its count of buffs and debuffs doing more damage. So that's kind of sweet there. Sorry about that sibilant S, but let's see. Oh, and I got Pandemonium Exploit. This creature deals 50% more damage for each buff each enemy has and debuff. So very nice. And let's see, spells include Angry Orchard. So I could leave that on. But let's see, we had Icemane Yeti already. Vulcanar's been discussed. We got the Cockatrice, and that has Resurrection Code. When it dies, it has a chance to resurrect all allies with 50% health and Final Excretion. So a little bit of sugar and spice there in that. And that really is it. So I hope you like this general build. Going to move on here so I can upload it, and thank you so very much for watching. This was kind of a nice successful little run, so enjoy and catch up with you soon. Bye.